Aired the same night, October 5th, 1999. Co-written by Joss Whedon and David Greenwalt, and who wrote for Buffy for the first three seasons and never does again. And directed by Whedon himself. All right, let's hear those notes.
All right. Well, oh, by the way, we didn't talk about there are new because there's a new theme song here. What should I change the intro? Does the theme change at all between 3 and 4 of Buffy? I don't know if I noticed.
The song is still exactly the same. They just switched up some of the. I mean, David Boreanaz and Charisma Carpenter are no longer in the intro, so they changed
But
some
did
of that
the
shit.
theme didn't change?
The theme
Because
doesn't
between
ever
2 and
change.
3 it did.
It never changes again, though. The season
Okay.
3 theme is the theme for the rest of the show.
Okay. Now, should I put for the intro, should I keep it how the Buffy theme? That's what I've been doing. Or should I change it to Angel? Or maybe do Angel just for this one special episode and then go back to Buffy? Or what?
I don't care. Whichever you think is the more important episode on any given week.
All right. I think I'll. Oh, that's good. But that's a spoiler. That's them. Then they know which one we liked more.
Not
Um,
necessarily better, but just more important.
I think I'll maybe do Angel for this one, then just go back to Buffy. She's more important anyway.
Okay.
But so there were a few moments in the opening credits of Buffy that, like, I sort of wanted to close my eyes at a certain point. Like, I felt like I was getting spoiled on some stuff.
Really? Like, what'd you say?
I don't know if I want to say because I don't know if I'm right or wrong or if I even saw what I saw.
I think you gotta.
I thought that I saw Oz as a vampire.
Okay.
That's what I thought that I saw. And I guess I'm going to confirm it next time I watch an episode or not. But that's what
Yeah.
I thought I
Should I
saw.
tell you whether you're right?
No, I guess not. I guess not.
Okay.
But all right, so my first note for Angel was cool intro music. Well, there's cool music actually throughout, like the scene with the guy with Sawyer from Lost. There's cool song music through that scene
I'm
too.
so
I like
proud
the
of you
music.
for recognizing Sawyer from Lost.
Yeah, the start this episode is sort of like Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, where it starts out with Sawyer from Lost.
You're totally right, dude. Uh, this is Sawyer from Lost's first appearance on a television program.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
cool.
the great Josh Holloway.
Very cool. So there you go. Has he done much since
Credited.
Lost?
Yeah, they've tried to make him a star and stuff a few times. Hasn't really panned out.
Hmm.
But he Sawyer. He's credited as good-looking guy in this episode,
All right, that's pretty
and he
accurate.
is one.
Yeah, that's a good title. The I guess we start with this bar scene, right? Angel, he's at a bar, and you think he's drunk at the bar, I guess, right? And I
Yeah,
did. I guess I thought he was drunk, yeah. And some good acting there from Boreanaz. And then turns out the guy Sawyer from Lost walks out, and then Angel sits up and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm Angel, bro." And he puts on his jacket and he follows him out and he kills him. Very cool.
it's just Batman. Like he's so Batman in this. He like walks off and with his like coat billowing in the wind, supposed to look like his cape.
It's cool.
And yeah, you didn't even talk about the best moment of that scene,
The
which is
stakes.
yeah, the fucking stakes. I
Yeah.
remember when I saw this for the first time at 13, I thought that was the most badass fucking thing I've ever seen.
It was. I just skipped over it, but it was. That was so sick. Stakes comes shooting out of his leather jacket, and he kills a couple vampires.
One,
Very
there were
cool.
two running on either side of him, and he just kills them both at the same time.
Yeah, it felt like an Alice move from Resident Evil or something. It was like it was so
Yeah,
badass. It felt like something she would
totally.
do. But how crazy is this? We're doing a Buffy episode. I'm referencing Resident Evil. Oh man, what have you done to me? The that's what happens there, right? And then we get
Have
to
you watched 6 yet?
No, I think I'm gonna go as we do the
Oh, those things.
fourth, fifth
Okay,
installments.
got it. Okay.
Yeah, but during the opening credits, I thought it was very funny. So we have three, what do you call them?
Regulars?
Right, we have three regulars. It's Boreanaz, Carpenter, and this guy Glenn Quinn, who is Doyle. Right, just those three
Yeah.
guys.
And in the original script, that was supposed to be Whistler, but they couldn't get the guy that played Whistler.
I can see that.
Yeah, he's a very similar character.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Was Whistler ever going to be back on Buffy?
Nope, we never see him again.
Oh. What about what's that guy who works at the bar that they go to visit some they
Willie the
ask him?
Snitch?
Yeah, is he ever gonna show back up on Buffy?
Yeah, we'll see him.
Is he ever on Angel? Well, he's on a different part of the country. Well,
Yeah,
different like
I don't think he shows up on
town.
Angel.
All right. So, but all right. So we meet Doyle, right?
Yeah, big
And
new
Doyle,
character.
yeah, I like Doyle. Tim made a joke. I forgot what Tim said, but
He says that you are going to be saying on this podcast, "Oh, Doyle rules."
yeah, which I actually had to look up. That's like a
That's a Billy
Happy
Madison
Gilmore. Oh, fuck, I
reference.
did up. Yeah, it's a Billy Madison reference. And he does rule. I really like Doyle. I think he's pretty cool. And he's like a crazy monster. He's not a vampire, but he's got like weird spiky face monster. I don't know what's
when he
going on.
sneezes.
Only when he sneezes?
Well, that's when they came out in this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, played by Glenn Quinn, probably best known for he did 7 years on Roseanne as one of their what's her face? God damn it. Not Becky, but the other one. The older sister's boyfriend, Mark. And unfortunately the actor no longer with us, Logan,
really?
committed suicide.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's very sad. When did that happen?
A long time ago.
Yeah, okay. Well, that sucks. All right. So, but there's Doyle, and a few more things about him. He has visions. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he mentions that Angel's not the only one who has some things that he's got to sort out, that he had to atone for, he says.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll learn a little bit more about Doyle and what he is talking about there, right?
Hey, we only got 3 regulars to deal with. Might as well learn some shit about them.
Yeah, might as well while we're here. So he leaves a little note for Angel that says, I think it said Tina, coffee shop, and a time. I forgot what time it was. I think 5 p.m. And so by the way, it's like a funny thing they're doing here. They're like, bro, you're like sexy. Do you know that? And because he hasn't really used his sex appeal much as a vampire. I don't know what he would use it, I guess, to attract people, but he's never really used that much. But Doyle's like, hey, bro, you're like sexy and like kind of cool. You should use that. And so he does. He goes to the coffee shop.
He says, how am I going to talk to a girl? Like, just go up to somebody. I don't know.
He doesn't have a mirror.
Like, have you seen yourself?
He doesn't have a mirror. He can't.
Yeah, right. He can't.
Yeah. So he goes to the coffee shop and he says, I don't know what he says, but he sees Tina there, and he tells Tina like, hey, I gotta talk to you after. Does he tell her that it's gonna be a date? But then she agrees, and then she goes out there.
I think she assumes that he's hitting on her at first. And she's willing to go along with that. But he's, just trying to get into her life.
Right. And
Tina, played by Tracy Middendorf. Oh. Another lost actor. 2 lost actors in this episode. She worked in that underwater station at the end of season 3. The Hydra.
What?
I think it was
underwater station.
Yeah. There's a lot going on that show.
Is that inside the hatch?
I'm not gonna tell you. But she also, did you watch Scream the TV show?
A little bit, yeah.
She was a regular on that.
As what? One of their kids? Or like their
mom? One of their moms. She might have been like the mayor of the town. I don't know.
What? That's so cool. I remember the one, like the main blonde girl had a mom.
Might be her.
I remember her. There are like a few scenes at her house when she gets like mailed some stuff, I remember. But okay, I thought that I liked her. Tina.
Yeah. R.I.P.
What? Oh, the character, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Doyle situation. So very sad things about Tina, right? She is an actress who moved here from Montana, and she is trying to make it, but she's working at this little coffee shop. And Angel at one point saves her life, and she's like, I guess now you're like expecting to have sex with me. And that was like very sad.
I know.
That was crazy.
She's been through some shit.
Yeah, that was wild. But Tina takes Angel to a party. Or I guess
Wait,
Angel takes Tina to a
how about
party.
when Angel caught that coffee?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Reminded me of Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too.
I was wondering if he actually did that or not.
Definitely not.
Yeah, he's not as cool as Toby. The Tobster would have caught that for sure. That's why he's a movie star, not on TV. But I bet Toby might have taken his career. Do you think? If Toby could swap careers with, well, I guess he like is producing Babylon and stuff. I don't know. That's pretty good.
Toby's fine. He's the fucking secretary of the Pussy Posse.
Yeah, I guess. Really? Who's the vice president?
Oh, I guess he's the vice president.
Yeah, come on, give kind of some slack.
Excuse me.
So they go to a party, right? Tina like gets Angel to take her because he has a cool car.
Yeah, and I think it's just sort of like I
How'd
gotta
you get to
stop
work?
at this party real
She walked
quick.
to work.
Yeah, I don't know. Took the bus.
Okay. So yeah, that's probably right. So Angel, how does traffic work in Los Angeles has a lot of traffic, right?
Yes.
But you can like get around in Los Angeles. It's not like New York, how you just should walk everywhere.
Yeah, you need a car in Los Angeles, like the reverse of New York.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. Who knows what happened? But they go to a party and we meet Margot. Is she
Yeah.
a character that comes
No,
back?
no, she's not.
Okay. And we meet Margot is recording. She has a little video camera that she's recording everybody with, which comes into play a little later on. And then we meet Oliver, and Oliver is a guy who tries to make Angel a big movie star because he's all sexy. But I guess he doesn't come back either.
No, but I like that moment.
Yeah.
Oliver's like, I'm not hitting on you, but you call this number, I'll be your manager.
Yeah.
Remind me of like Bob Balaban or something.
The actor reminded you
Yeah.
of Bob Balaban? Who did you know the actor?
No,
Did you know Margot?
no.
Okay. Then who do we meet? For the again.
Cordelia.
Cordelia. And I was waiting for her because she's in the credits, but I knew she was on this show anyway. I think I bleeped out an early episode. I was like, I know that Cordelia is on Angel. But I bleeped that out because I didn't want to spoil you guys if you guys didn't know that. But here's Cordelia, and here we're meant to believe she's a big actress now, right? She made it.
Yeah, that's how she presents herself.
Yeah, and then later, not so much. Sort of the same thing with the dress, right? Working in the dress store.
I remember this was a big moment in the commercials for the first episode of Angela when she goes, "Are you still like grr?"
Yeah, I loved that. I loved that. That was great. And we meet Stacy.
Who's a boy.
Stacy, a boy, right?
Yeah.
And we also meet later. I wrote it down. Lindsay, a boy.
You're not supposed to know his name yet.
Really?
Yeah, where'd you find that out?
Maybe the credits. They said
Maybe.
Lindsay.
Yeah, they I feel like the first few times we see this character, they don't say his name. It's not like a big reveal or anything, so it's fine. Yeah, but yeah, his name is Lindsay.
Okay. Well, so I guess they do that on this show, give males female type names. I don't know. But what else happens here? But Stacy is like a bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's like a henchman to this fella Russell.
What is Russell? I didn't really understand. Why does this guy have henchmen?
He's a rich finance guy in LA who also happens to be a vampire.
Was the other guy a vampire? Stacy?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I don't think so. I think Russell's a vampire and he just like employs henchmen. But he
who is that? Just a job opening? Henchman? Is that like a title?
He probably like puts it out for like gophers or whatever, and he's like, if you've been in prison, that's a plus. He's just an exploitative guy. Like he likes to take young starlets and promise them the world and then break them.
Right. Is it? I mean, do you think about Joss when you watch this? Because that's all I thought about.
I don't think Joss Whedon did it with as much foresight as this guy does, and they present him as being like obsessed with pain. And I think Joss Whedon's probably way too nerdy to be anything like that. But like,
But I feel like he's had
Uh,
those conversations where he's like, I'm gonna make you a huge star, I'm gonna put you in this, and you're gonna be, and then you're like,
yeah,
I've got this
that
episode, this is
that
a
for
role for
sure.
you.
Yeah,
And yeah,
I'm not trying to be forgiving. I'm just saying it's not just like this, but it's
right.
odd that he chose to write this as the first episode of Angel.
Yes. And okay, anyway, I guess that's all we have to say. And so then there's like a big parking garage chase where they take Tina, but Angel tries to get her back. And the one weird moment where Angel like jumped in a car that wasn't his car, and he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he could like switch cars. He got in his car.
Yeah,
That
I
was
like
pretty
that
weird.
moment.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. And pretty cool chase. I like the chase. That was cool. He gets Tina back. They go to then we see the scene with Cordelia where she gets a call and she's like, her manager's like, we can't get you any roles again. And she's like,
Yeah,
oh man.
and she's taking home those star-shaped sandwiches from the party because she
Oh,
can't afford food.
I didn't notice that. I don't
Yeah.
think. Um, and so then we learn about this character Denise who went missing. Who I guess was she Tina's friend? Maybe.
Denise the Peace. Yeah, she was. That's from Magnolia. She's Tina's friend, and Russell's already had his way with her.
Right. Yeah, she is dead, and he finds out because he sees like she had there's like a weird research scene with Angel where he notices
That
like a
is
tattoo.
such a fucking weird scene. I agree with you.
Because it's like in the other scenes in Buffy, they're all in the library chatting about what they're researching, and here it's just Angel by himself. So it's just like we're just seeing the screen and him typing and looking, and it's so weird.
There's a few weird things about this scene. He's in the library, seemingly after closing, and he's got 3 computers going, and he's just on a swivel chair going between the 3 computers looking at different shit. I don't think Angel is portrayed to have ever used a computer in his life up to this moment.
I feel like he hasn't.
Yeah, I know. And the other weird thing about this scene is they actually built this set like a library set because they thought like, well, he's going to be researching in the library a lot. And then they like never used it again. And then they just built something else over it.
So where does he research now? What's gonna happen?
He's got his offices, you know.
All right, now they're doing like Ghostbusters type stuff, right? Maybe Cordelia is gonna like be like Lori Petty.
Janine, yeah, she's Janine,
right? So anyway, so we go to after he does some research, Tina gets taken, right, and she dies.
Yeah,
he finds her body, and
in the original script, or I think they might have even filmed it. When he finds her body, he's still struggling. They mentioned earlier in the episode that he's been struggling with blood cravings since he bit Buffy at the end of last season of Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
And in the original cut of this, when he finds Tina dead, he licks some of her wounds.
Wow.
Yeah, but the WB wanted them
to
cut it. It was like, it's the first episode of this fucking show. He's your hero. We can't have him licking wounds.
I understand, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that. So then we go to Russell and we see that guy, Lindsay, who I don't know how I learned his name, but I know his name somehow. And so they talk about sort of crazy. They talk about how they're going to frame a black man for the murder of Tina.
Yeah,
or maybe not a black man, maybe like a Mexican, but they say somebody with a darker complexion, I think.
Yeah,
very sad. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, he works for the law firm Wolfram and Hart. We see it on a briefcase.
Is he a
in
vampire?
The scene.
I didn't really understand.
You're not. Yeah, I can't tell you anything about Lindsay.
Okay.
He's got a Wolfram and Hart briefcase in this scene. He later gives Angel a business card that says Wolfram and Hart on it, and just remember them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a law firm.
It's a law firm. Yeah.
They practice supernatural law.
They practice evil law.
Okay.
And Lindsay, at the end, he like calls a meeting at Wolfram and Hart. He goes, "There's a new player in town."
Yeah,
and then he goes, "Cool. No need to disturb the senior partners with this." All of that's setting up a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it felt like how they set up early Snyder Mayer stuff. How he's like a friend of the
Yes,
mayor.
absolutely.
That's what it was feeling like.
Yeah, the senior partners are the mayor.
Exactly. So then we go to he sees Cordelia on the video. How did he get that video from Margot? Did he kill Margot?
He called Margot.
Oh, how did
Like,
he
see
get
him
her
on the phone
video?
with Margot. I guess she gave it to him.
Oh, I guess they know each other. Yeah, then he calls Margot and he's like, "Hey, Margot, who was that girl on the video? Let me talk to her." And it was Cordelia.
Oh, you're talking about Russell? Yeah,
Right,
Margot
right.
knows Russell. It
Okay.
seems to me that every young actress in town knows Russell.
But well, I guess Russell dies, so why would she come back? So okay. So then Cordelia goes to Russell's house, right?
Yeah,
And I
this
thought
is
that
great.
yeah, I thought that this was all but I was just a little weirded out thinking about Joss Whedon a little bit. But then cool thing happens where Cordelia's like, wait a second, there are no mirrors here, and you have a bunch of curtains. Hey, you're a vampire. Very funny. And she's like, I know, because I'm from Sunnydale. And I thought that was just very, very fun.
Yeah, and then she realizes that she's like playing her hand to this vampire, and she's like
Right.
alone in his giant house.
Yeah, she thinks she's like caught him, like, ha, I caught you, but you're a vampire and I'm alone with you. Oh no.
Yeah,
But then Angel shows up and Cordelia's like, oh, you don't know Angel? He's gonna like kick your ass right now. How do you not know Angel? And Angel he fights him. And this was cool. Angel gets lit up with a bunch of bullets
yeah.
but he lives because he's a vampire. But Angel, that's never happened before where he's taken like that much damage, right? That was crazy.
No, Angel's a little darker, a little more adult. That's what's going for. The tone's a little different. Someone gets shot on Buffy, it's like a huge deal. On
Yeah,
this show, they
Buffy
can
is
just
just
be like,
about a
"Fuck it."
freshman girl. This is about Angel. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it. I really do. It's pretty cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah, and so they get away, but then what happens? He shows up is it probably the next day at Russell's work. I have a question though. How did Angel get there? Like it's the
That's
daytime.
sort of answered later in the series, but
Okay. Does he have a
not.
spike car? Like a car that Spike has?
No, he like navigates the sewers of Los Angeles or something.
How do you get in the
Anyway,
building?
uh, these are all great questions, Logan. The we could just wave it away because the scene's badass. But I did want to say
Yeah.
I also like Doyle when he tries to bash that gate in with the car and it's just like a strong gate. He can't get through.
Yeah, that was very funny. I knew it was coming too. I didn't feel like he was getting in. I felt like he was going to crash. But then he just leaves, right? He was just like, all right. Well, Angel told him, he was like, if I'm not out by this time, you can go. And so he's like, all right, guess I'm leaving. But then they come back out.
Yeah,
Well, does he leave and then turn around to break the gate? Maybe is that what
exactly.
happened?
That's what
Okay,
happens. That's the order.
okay. Um, yeah. By the way, I like that they set up here. Previously they set up because Angel like early on. What happened? He tried to like he's with Tina at one point, and his hand gets caught on fire, right? And then here this guy gets caught on fire. I thought that was cool. But like new watchers that have never seen Angel, they don't know vampires catch on fire. Now they know from because they saw earlier the guy his hand caught on fire.
It's
Oh, what
true.
happened? We saw Spike's hand caught on fire. Remember that?
Yeah, when he falls asleep outside and
That
lovers
was
walk.
so awesome. And that was actually his hand caught on fire, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Man, that was so cool.
But let's talk about the boardroom here.
Oh, right. What episode was that, by the way? Is that
Lovers walk. That's lovers walk.
yeah? Goddamn. Sorry, what did you say? Let's talk about
Boardroom.
Oh, right. He goes in the boardroom. What happens?
Fucking kicks that dude I mean, you say he gets set on fire, but you didn't say fucking kicks him in a chair through the fucking window. It rules.
Yeah, the guy just kind of let him. I felt like he didn't even put up any fight. He just like let himself get kicked out.
I
in a
don't think
chair.
he thought that was coming. He's
No.
like in a boardroom in front of a bunch of fucking people, and Angel's just like, I'm still gonna fucking murder you right now.
Yeah. Are windows are they just glass? Can that happen?
Yeah, but I also chalk it up to, Angel's got some super strength. He probably kicked the fuck out of that chair.
Yeah, you're right. I actually don't know that. Like, are buildings like that? Can you just break them? Or are they like plexiglass?
It depends. Yeah, more and more now. They're making them like fiberglass or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah. But this was awesome. I thought this was so cool. And then what happens? He goes home, right? And he does oh, first of all, he calls Buffy, which was
Yes.
the thing from last episode, which was fucking awesome. That was so cool. So what happens here is Cordelia living with him?
I don't believe Cordelia is living with him, but
Seemed
she
like
is.
they were all living together.
No. They're planting themselves as like we're gonna be an office. So like I'm your secretary. I take care of shit around the office. Doyle's gonna get the visions, and you motherfucker, you go out and solve them.
Yeah,
Pretty maybe
cool.
We'll get some money out of this. Let's try and get the richer people to pay us.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna happen is like the normal. How do they determine it? How do they ask up front what's your net worth or something?
That is dealt with going forward.
Okay, but so like the poorer people, sort of like how we did with stimulus checks, like anyone making this amount of money doesn't get one. Yeah. So all right, so poor people get Angel's services for free. Rich people got to pay. I like that.
Yeah, he does some cases pro bono.
Yeah, I like that. Tina's case, he would have done for free.
Yeah, I think so.
For sure. But well, what do we give it? 3 or 4?
I give it a 3. I think it's a solid premiere. Angel can do better than this, but right. I think it sets up what it needs to set up, and the Russell and Tina stuff is all good.
Yes, it is, and the awesome death at the end. And cool opening. I really like Doyle. I really like well, I feel like everything they've ever done with Cordelia is just a little one note. Like they sort of like find something and then they repeat the same thing for a few times and then they move on to something else. And I feel like they've kind of just did that here.
Well, like... it's episode 1 and there's only 3 characters on the show. Guess what? Cordelia is going to get developed.
All right. Sweet. Well, I obviously love Cordelia. You guys know I love Cordelia. But all right. I mean, I don't really have any complaints, but I guess I'll give it a 3 if you say it's only going to get better, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be handing out 5s in this show?
Yes.
All right. What season before we get to those?
I'm not sure if there's any in season 1, but there's one right at the beginning of season 2.
All right. I can't wait for that. My MVP is going to go to David Boreanaz. That is very cool.
Look at you. I was going to go Cordelia. Is that okay?
That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
What a delight she is. When she shows up at that party, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. I did like at one point, Angel is like, so what? I've got nobody left I care about. Cut to Cordelia doing something. I was like, oh, that was nice. He's got one person that he likes, Cordelia. I like that. Sorry to Doyle. We've given out 2 MVPs. He's the one in the regular that didn't get the MVP. So
he'll get an MVP, and he's certainly not LVP.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I wrote 2 names. I wrote Margot, and I wrote Oliver, but I kind of liked Oliver.
I liked Oliver. I was gonna go Stacy.
Yeah, he was just the henchman. I don't even understand how he was a henchman. The other guy
totally. He was just like a big dude, and like he didn't even get Tina. Like Boreanaz was able to get it away from him. Like he sucks.
He did suck. You're right. I have to go him LVP. He's definitely the LVP. So there we go. And I rank this as my favorite Angel episode.
Me too. It's both my favorite and least favorite episode of Angel.
And I can't wait for next week. IMDb, by the way, I wrote down the scores. They think we should pick which one we liked more, Angel or Buffy, every week. Okay. And they decided Angel was better this week.
They only say that because it's the pilot. It's a more iconic episode of Angel. But I think if we're looking at the episodes, the Buffy one is better this week.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'm looking at my notes and everything. I loved all the stuff in the Buffy episode. It was so good. I like the stuff in the Angel episode, but it was more just like setting stuff up. And I think this was better than Buffy's first episode, though.
I agree.
Harvest.
Welcome to the Hellmouth.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Damn it. Yeah. So, but I think this is
directed by that guy from American Graffiti.
Which one? Oh,
Don't you remember? We
um,
discovered that the little guy.
yeah. What was his name? He had like a two names, right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
He wanted to be called something else.
Yeah.
God damn it! What was his name? Anyway, so what else do we? Oh, well, let's read Patreon. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me refresh. Sorry to everybody. I put this up a few hours ago.
We recorded it before we usually do.
Right. And I said we were going to record tomorrow. And then I was like, because I want to go see Oppenheimer or Barbie tomorrow. So we're recording today so that I can do that. So, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I keep changing pages. All right. Shout out to Josh Merlis for being probably Josh Merlis, probably top 5 listener. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say
I mean, he's my friend. I don't like to give my friends high placement, but he
they're all my friends.
comments on everything. He's great.
Yeah, really. And he says, let's start with Buffy episode. He says, great stuff. The vampires' reaction to their slaying gear. Wait. What?
That's when the vampire that runs away, he's like gonna kill them, but he spots like her stakes and shit, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get out of here."
All right. Buffy and Willow trading Jello shots for but yeah, Willow was like really into Jello shots. She wanted the flyer for the Jello shot. That was kind of crazy. I feel like Oz has got to keep an eye out keep an eye on Willow. Who knows what's going on right now? All right, then he says, I popped so hard at Bowie's song playing at Giles' place. I didn't even notice. I had to wait until Daniel told me about it. Deep cut. Mm-hmm. I'm relieved that we disposed of Sunday and her crew. Why? You didn't like Sunday? Let me know, Josh. Why didn't you like Sunday? I'm interested to know because I love Sunday. I thought she was great, but she did step on the crown, so I am glad she.
It's not a crown; it's an umbrella.
Right. I'm sorry. He said I was worried we'd spend more time with them. Xander was really bad at the bronze. Come on, he just felt stiff and overdone. I thought he felt like he tried to make something of himself but failed. That's what I felt like that he was doing well.
Yeah, and I related to that. Not all of us can make something of ourselves, Josh. What the fuck?
Yeah, just because you don't get it
just because you have a great job in another country and you're married with a kid doesn't mean we all have to be.
Yeah, Josh. He says the Angel episode. Oh wait, is that an A? Either they fucked up or deliberately established that vampires can be seen on camera in this series. Did that happen? Angel is on camera?
Yeah, in that video that Margot's taken. But I want to say that it's wrong. Vampires should not be picked up on cameras, but they consistently are in the Buffy universe. So like it's not that Angel fucked up. If you recall the episode Halloween from season 2, Spike sends henchmen out there to take video of Buffy's fighting, and then he watches it and they're on she's fighting a vampire in that video.
Okay.
On the video. Yeah.
All right, so there we go. I didn't notice that Angel was on camera. I'm surprised I didn't pick up on that. But all right, so they're consistent. I was actually thinking that by Buffy logic, we should never see any vampires because we're watching this on video, which they don't show up on. MVP Tina, R.I.P. Yeah, that's crazy. MVP. I thought she was good too. I didn't think.
I think she does the job like Eddie, like in the Buffy episode. Like you care about her when she dies, even though she's a 1 episode character.
Absolutely, and I did care. I thought she was very good. And you said, did you say she died? Oh no, you said Doyle died. You said R.I.P. earlier, and I thought she died.
She died, not Doyle. She died.
I meant in real life. In real life.
Oh.
She's alive in real life.
Yeah, she's alive in real life, still working. Glenn Quinn killed himself.
What I have seen Tina in anything else?
I said the Scream TV series. I don't know.
Oh, right. Who was it that was in that other thing earlier? That was kind of.
One other thing.
You blew my mind earlier. You said somebody was. Oh, in House of Games. Who was in House of Games?
Oh, Maggie Walsh.
Yeah, who was that? Oh, the Professor.
Professor, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that's exciting. All right, so LVP. Oh, did we do that? Oh yeah, we just read the Patreon. We just read the Patreon. I got so confused. All right, guys, it's late. I haven't eaten in a long time. I'm very hungry. I hope you guys have a great day. We're probably going to be late with, hey, I'm watching here. We're gonna record that, I think, Friday night. Usually that's up early on Friday. That might be up late Friday night or Saturday morning, or maybe Saturday night. I don't fucking know.
I want to set you up for next week on this show.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna watch episode 2 of season 4 of Buffy, which is called Living Conditions, and episode 2 of Angel season 1, which is called Lonely Heart.
Okay. Well, I think Buffy, she's obviously just gonna be hanging out, get to know her roommate. She's gonna like visit the bathroom that has like boys and girls in it. That'll be a fun moment. She's gonna meet the dean, all that sort of stuff. And Angel, what'd you say?
Lonely Heart.
Well, I was gonna say he's gonna get lonely, but I hope he's not so lonely. I don't want him to be lonely. Is heart spelled Heart?
Yes, not like Wolfram Hart.
I think they're gonna find a heart on the ground, and they're gonna have
gotta
to solve the mystery.
case. I like it.
Yeah, this is that type of show. You solve the case.
It kind of is, yeah.
So there we go. Find a lonely heart all by itself on the street.
All right, Logan. Great talking to you as always. Great chatting about my favorite universe. Way better than this one we live in.